So, Arsenal got a big win over Manchester City just before the international break, and the belief is on that Arsenal could win the league. But how can Arsenal do one better this season and overtake Man City, who have set that extremely high bar? Well, Manchester City have probably one of the best players in the world, and no, not Haaland, Rodri. Rodri is the guy that makes such an elite difference to that Man City side. The 3 games he's not played this season, we've actually lost. And while Thomas Partey is a decent DM, he's very inconsistent in terms of injuries and stuff. He still isn't anywhere near that Rodri bracket. But there's a player called Declan Rice that is very close to that Rodri bracket, has potential to reach that Rodri bracket. And he was arguably one of the best players, if not the best player, when they got that fantastic win over Man City, 90% pass accuracy, 4 ground duels won, 3 interceptions, 3 tackles won, 2 key passes, 2 out of 3 long balls completed. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how the addition of Declan Rice will have a massive impact on Arsenal. Obviously, they've made other signings like Kai Havertz and Jurrien Timber. I think Jurrien Timber will help when he's back, just because I think when Saliba got injured, that seemed to be the thing that mostly cost Arsenal last season, the lack of depth in defence. So I think Timber brings that in. He can invert a right back. He's fantastic. But Declan Rice is that signing Arteta made. He's that 100 million signing Arteta's made, but he's going to have the value of 100 million signing. He's that guy who is an elite level midfielder that can do things that not many other midfielders can do, that potentially has the ability to take Arsenal that next level to win the title. And a lot of people will be asking me, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm talking about a guy whose job is not only to protect the back four, but is to recycle the ball forward quickly, move the ball forward quickly, be involved in attack, be involved everywhere. And his influence on Arsenal has been absolutely insane. 503 passes, 18 tackles, 13 interceptions so far for Arsenal. We saw him play last night for Italy against Italy. He was absolutely fantastic. So where do I start on Declan Rice? Well, first of all, he's an all-round midfielder. He can play as a 6, he can play as an 8, he can break the lines, he can protect the back four, he can tackle, he can carry the ball, he can lead the team. All in all, he gives Arsenal control. And, Rodri, I think, is so key to that Man City side, but I think Declan Rice is going to be so key to Arsenal's success because he's in more of a transforming DM role. He is the DM. He protects the back four. He stops the counter attacks. He stops the play on transitions. But under Arteta, he's got this new role. At West Ham, it was protect the back four, stop the counter attack, clean up. But under Arteta, he's got this new role. I want you to control games. I want you to dictate games. Not only is Rice doing what CDMs are meant to do, Casemiro did this at Real Madrid, protect the back four, let Kroos and Modric do their thing. Casemiro at Real Madrid was protect the back four, let Kroos and Modric do the thing. Declan Rice is evolving in a new role. Because not only is he doing the basic DM stuff, protect the back four, stop the counter attack, but he's now basically dictating the game, controlling the game, influencing the attack. Every time Arsenal attack, a lot of the time it starts with Declan Rice. He can often pick the ball off the centre backs and he can recycle the ball forward quickly through either breaking the lines, quick 1-2s, long passes, or dribbling. He's got the ability to get the ball from the defensive third to the attacking third and really influence the game for Arsenal. He can play brilliant passes forward, breaking the lines. He does quick 1-2s, can move the ball quickly, can dribble the ball, can carry the ball forward. And that is such an elite thing in a DM that a lot of people don't speak about. He's not just doing what he did at West Ham. He's not just doing what Casemiro did at Real Madrid that made Casemiro so elite. He's evolving to this new kind of DM that we've seen Rodri bring, which under Pep Guardiola, that is someone that does those forward runs, someone that is good on the ball. And I saw a thread that highlighted bits of this that I want to read out bits of. I won't read the whole thread because it's not mine, but they highlighted this as well. They said forward runs. Rice recognises space between the back line of the opposition, and rather than sitting deep to act as a double pivot, he will make those runs off the back of the opposition midfield and drive into these spaces. Not only does he help get the ball forward, but he doesn't just sit back and go, I'm going to protect the back four now. He goes, you know what? I'm going to also, get involved in the attack, and then someone there will cover for Rice, and Rice has the athleticism to get back and cover. But we've seen that Declan Rice, continuously can also influence Arsenal attacks. He's not scared. He's not just the DM. He not just brings the ball forward, but he wants to get involved in the attacks. He wants to attack. He wants to influence the game. And for me, that makes him one of those top level DMs. And, you know, I love Casemiro and he was fantastic for United last season, but this season for United has been a bit iffy because while Casemiro's got the most goals and assists for United and he's been a big influence in the final third, when Casemiro gets in the final third, he can't recover back in time to stop the opposition attacking. He's not back defensive in his position. He loses his man. And I think that's because Casemiro is ageing. He's not got the legs he used to have. Whereas Declan Rice, he's got that elite athleticism and Arsenal are a bit more organised, so someone will cover for him. Where not only does he bring the ball forward by dribbling, carrying, 1-2s, not only is he picking the ball off the centre-backs and moving it quickly, dictating the game for Arsenal, is everything in possession and out possession for them, influencing the attack. But when he does get forward, he still gets backwards. He still does his job backwards. You know, his role for Arsenal is almost like everything. It's almost everything, you know. He just knows he can do that lone DM role. He could play as a dual DM and go forward. He's shown that actually he's pretty good getting forward. We knew how good he was defensively for West Ham, interceptions, all of that. But he's shown at Arsenal, I'm good at getting forward. I'm good, you know, getting in behind the defensive line. You know, I'm you know, going to let the centre-backs keep the structure and pick the ball off the centre-backs. I'm going to get forward. But he also goes, I'm going to trap the runners. I'm going to stop any attack happening. So not only is Declan Rice absolutely fantastic when it comes to his influence going forward and dictating the game for Arsenal, but defensively, he's always cutting out the passing lanes. When I watched Arsenal play United, it was so frustrating as a Man United fan because Declan Rice is always there cutting out the passing lanes. And you can see here, he's in the 95th percentile so far this season for interceptions, you know, 80% for clearances. And you've got to think, considering Arsenal are a possession-based side where they're not going to have a lot of the ball, the fact that he's in the higher percentiles in these defensive stats says a lot. And then obviously when Arsenal do have more of the ball, progressive Gary's 84th percentile, progressive Bars is 80th percentile, 83rd percentile. It really highlights how good he is. But one of the most infuriating things about Declan Rice is he's so good, but he's always in position. He's always there to intercept the ball, cut out the passing lanes, make it harder for the opposition to pass through. So the way Declan Rice lines up at Arsenal, the way he positions himself, not only does he protect the back four, but he gives, you know, as good as Saliba and Gabriel have been, he gives them a lot less to do because his intelligence to position himself, to put himself in these areas, make it so difficult for oppositions to get past Declan Rice. And if you look at other statistics here on Declan Rice, like his, you know, his just all-round game, you can see is brilliant. And I think I zoomed in a little bit much there. All-round game is brilliant. And then you look at his heat map, he's absolutely everywhere on this heat map here. You can see what a influential player he's been for Arsenal. And I think, you know, I hate saying this as a United fan, but he is absolutely a phenomenal player. And one of the other things about Declan Rice is, you know, he's known for allowing the centre-backs to keep the structure in the box. He's known for tracking runners. He's known for being comfortable at defending wide areas. Sometimes I look at Declan Rice and think, what can't he do? He was a player that I wanted at Man United. He's a player that's been absolutely fantastic. But people don't realise that this one player could elevate Arsenal to being title challengers. This one signing by Arteta trumps any other signing because he's got the most important piece to his puzzle, which is DM. Rodri, and people might disagree with me, but Rodri is the most important signing Man City have, most important player Man City have. Not Haaland, not De Bruyne, and Rodri, because he can dictate the game, he protects the defence, he adds control. The DM, for me, gives control. The DM protects the back four, helps the back four out, defensive control. The DM has the ability to dictate the game, progress the ball, control the game, the tempo, control. Control of a game is what wins you games. And Declan Rice is the guy that gets control of the game. He is the one signing just to have an elite level DM in that Arsenal squad. That is, for me, enough to be competing with City. Because I think games are won and lost in the midfield. And I say that I think he is the one signing. And look, he knows his role. He knows his position. He knows where he needs to be. He knows his teammates. He knows when to press the ball. His athleticism is insane. He's fit. He's fast. He covers a lot of ground. We know he's a good tackler, interceptor. We've seen what he's done at West Ham. He's got elite athleticism to attract back, cover ground. He's got technical ability to break the lines, progress the ball forward. He's got a high footballing IQ. He knows how to break those passing lines. He knows where to position himself. He knows where to be. You know, he's a good tackler. He's a good interceptor of the ball. He's good at a lot of things. He's a huge player for England. He's versatile. He's played at right back, centre back. But you know what stands out to me the most about Declan Rice is he's a leader. I think for me, I know Odegaard is, but he's Arsenal's, in terms of personality, captain. He doesn't look like a player that's just joined Arsenal, 100 million signing, you know, trying to find his feet. he looks like he's been there years. When you watch Declan Rice, he looks like he's been there years. He looks like a leader. He looks like a warrior. He looks like a guy as a United fan that I'm like, I wish we signed. This Declan Rice guy, he's a leader. And that one signing, depending on injuries, depending on how things play out, for me is enough to get Arsenal competing with Man City. The one signing of Rice, because he can dictate the game. I think he's fantastic. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. See you next time. Bye.